Fathers, they're watching me. The one who broke the eyes of stone. Whoa, damn. Oh no. Okay, on we go. Here walks by my side. Since I was born, deep in our soul, we are free. I'm carrying my roots deep in my heart, hiding my truth in the dark. It's not a curse running through my veins, and it's not vain. I ran such a distance, or something. That's called Roots. That's another one by my pal Sidney. Sid, as I like to call him. That we rehearsed for our concert last weekend at Square Nadar on Montmartre at the foot of the Basilica of Sacré-Cœur here in Paris. C'était très bien passé cet après-midi d'art et de musique et de la danse. Thanks for everyone who's coming, and if you would like to see our performance, or a few morsels of it, thanks to my pal Mary Ann, who videotaped us for a bit, you can go, if you're watching on the gram of Instas, into my profile and click the bit.ly link. It'll bring you right to the YouTube playlist. There are 3 songs. They're all excellent, and so you won't want to miss that. And you won't want to miss subscribing to the channel, commenting, giving it a thumbs up, and sharing it with your mom. But the thing is that you need 1,000 subscribers so that you can live stream directly from the tube of views, and so that means I only need 966 more subscribers. Steven, good to see you again. How are you doing today? What's new? What's going on over there in Finland, or Norway, or Denmark, or Lithuania? Anyhow, just telling everyone that if you'd like to relive the experience of our concert on Montmartre this past weekend, you can go and click the link in the bio, my bio, and my biological hazard, and it'll bring you right to a YouTube playlist where you can enjoy 3 of the songs of our ad hoc band called Bernard, as I like to say, like Bernard Sanders, for example. What other famous Bernards are there? Sandra Bernard. I know I'm missing some. Bernard, there's a composer, isn't there? Like a musical guy called Bernard. I can't remember. So you can go and do that and have a great time trolling us in the comments. And what I wanted to do after that is to give you an art update. Oh yeah, check this out. Okay, this one is called, I believe, 23 Terre, Rue des Cascades. 23 Terre, Rue des Cascades. Okay, and the terre means it's the 3rd establishment on the same lot. So what they did was they made a bunch of buildings in Paris, but then, some of them, they were either split up, maybe they were sold in half. So then you would have, for example, like number 21, Rue de Belgique, something like that. And so they would split the building, not physically, but proprietarily, the management, the ownership, and the new door to enter the new partition would be called 21 bis. Now, as you can imagine, sometimes the Eterno, Olivier, oui, c'est ça? Comment ça va, mon ami? Ça fait un bail. Tu vas bien, quoi de neuf? And so this one means that bâtiment, that building, was split into 3 parts. And this chimney, I estimate, is part of the 3rd part, I'm guessing. It's hard to see because when you're down on the street, there's a fence and some trees and bushes, and you can't really make it out, but it's pretty cool. So what I did was I got this middle metal chimney done today. Yes, this one right here. It was a hassle. Took longer than I had expected. But I'm pretty pleased with it. As you can see, I'm quite proud. And so I'm going to have this one to finish. And then I'm going to put in the details of the lintel part here. And then the bottom right here, and call it a goddamn day. And then I'm going to make another version of the same thing, only in square format instead of rectangular. And then I'll only have one more painting to complete, to get to the gallery before I am free to redo my website entirely. Now you can see here, the detail here. This is kind of fun, huh? That's how it's done. I put the pencil down first, and then go in, mix the acrylic, and dab it in piece by piece. Steve, you might appreciate that. I want to do something more like you, where it's more zones of colors. Like I can totally see bringing this all down to just one zone of color, and this part, and even the sky. Maybe the clouds would be randomized a little bit. See how that turns out. We'll see how effective that would be, huh? So anyway, that's the update. Now, it's time for un peu de la philosophie, non? D'accord. Est-ce que vous voulez, Olivier and Steve, would you rather hear Paulo Coelho's musings or those of Philip Toshiosudo? This is Zen guitar, and this is the manual of the Warrior of the Light. Either of you guys want to chime in and give your suggestion? Otherwise, I'm just going to go straight to Zen guitar. If there's any objections, be sure to speak up. So I'm going to open this randomly. Let's see, here we are. Stages and plateaus. I'm only 49 years old. I'm still in the middle of this whole thing, and I don't feel like I've finished it all. I'm still planning to write better songs. Paul McCartney. I bet you could have guessed that, huh? From my spot-on English accent. My Liverpudlian, my Scouser. Yeah, Scouser, you bleeding Scouser. Scouser sounds like a slur, doesn't it? The path of Zen guitar, no, Paul does not talk like this, so I'm not even going to try. The path of Zen guitar is like scaling a wall with no visible top. To progress, think like a rock climber. At times it may become necessary to move laterally before moving upward. Interesting. I'm thinking of a friend of mine's stepdad who's a big, big climber. And we went to climb in this place in eastern Washington called Frenchman Coulee. Frenchman Coulee. Interesting, huh? What would that be like? Anyhow. At other times it may be necessary to rest and regroup or even move down a step before continuing. Remember, a pattern of 2 steps up, 1 step back is still progress. Do not think of these moves as anything other than part of your overall path of advancement. Sometimes you attack, other times you tack. The spirit is always the same. Only the strategy differs. Over the long haul, the path of development consists of stages and plateaus. The dedicated beginner will see rapid improvement in the early going, but after a while, the rate of improvement will taper off. We can work and 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 not see any progress. Then suddenly we move up to a new stage of ability, as though arriving in a meadow clearing out of a jungle. Be aware that the farther on the path you go, the longer the plateaus get. During these times, you may feel like you're in a rut. The way out is to stay focused on your training, what you are doing right now. Don't look ahead to where you want to be. Reminds me of a story about this guy who was shoveling rocks, and for some reason he's a blind guy in the story, so it doesn't really make much sense. But anyway, the lesson, of the story, what's that called? The something of the tale, you know. Why am I always blanking? The moral of the story is that you just keep plugging away. So what the blind guy would do is he just dig, not look at the pile nor how it's diminishing, and then all of a sudden he's done. Painting is sort of like that, I find. I mean, you're stroking, and you're painting and dabbing and judging and stepping back and having a look, and then the last stroke comes up suddenly. Like you just, and it's done. It's great. Oh, it's great. You know, you don't really know that it's coming. I mean, you know that you're close, but you just don't know where that last stroke is going to be. Don't look back thinking, I've only come this far. If you put in an honest effort, that's my problem with Jesus Christ. If you put in an honest effort, you will break through to the next level. You can't make long-term progress conform to your timetable. It has to happen naturally. A flower blooms when it's ready to bloom. Let it be. When arriving at a new stage, do not think your difficulties will vanish either. Each level of achievement brings a new set of problems. This should be understood beforehand. Whatever you do, move only at a pace that is natural. Do not concern yourself with those who seem to pass you by. On the path of the Zen guitar, there is no last train out of town, no destination, no deadlines. If some folks want to rush by you, let them go. Where they're heading is not the way. So long as your spirit keeps going forward, you're moving fast enough. Well, I guess I can console myself with that, but I really would like to get these paintings finished ASAP. I carry my roots deep in my heart, hiding my truth deep in the dark. Ciao for now. Thanks, Steve, for coming by. Merci, Olivier, d'être venu. Et j'essaie de toucher mon écran sur mon ordi. Et maintenant, il n'y a pas de clavier sur mon tablette. Au revoir. Ciao. Ciao.